Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great live podcast episode of the Stories About Fear series. This is episode number 5. Need motivation? Let your fear guide you. I'm Roxana Popet, and I am a transformational speaker and an NLP trainer, and I welcome you to find the meaning between fear and motivation. And I have to say that by the end of this episode, you will start to get motivated in an instant, in a click of a finger, because you will learn what is the strongest way to get your mind to understand that as soon as it partners with you, you will become the most unstoppable and unlimited team there is. And I say this mainly because your mind is negative by default. This is neither good nor bad. However, your mind does not support your growth in any way. It does not want you to change because its sole purpose is to keep you alive and safe, and that's it. Well, when your mind starts to argue and you get to say your comments that, well, I want to start that business. I want to have a new partner in my office. I want a new strategy for my finances. What does your mind say? Well, it's interesting, but you did good so far. You are alive with what you know so far, so it's not gonna happen. This is your mind talking to you. However, let us start to motivate your mind through the fear that it gives you every single instant when you are not fully present, and get it to understand that you are the one that is in control. Now, for the ones that are seeing me now live on YouTube, I have this wonderful bookshelf, this miniature library here with some very interesting books. Some of them I have not yet read, but quite a few of them that I have read have given me such a strong perspective on what makes us do the things that we do, and what is this motivation? Why do we need it? And you may have heard Tony Robbins, which I am a very strong fan of. I have just graduated the second UPW this weekend. And he is saying that you need a very strong why, you need a reason, you need leverage, you need that strong state in which you can do anything that you set your mind to. And yes, I do believe that motivation, this reason why, is what gets you to become truly unstoppable and to keep your fears under your control as well. I have had a client not too long ago that told me that they are not motivated. They cannot do anything because they are lazy, but they would want to move mountains only if they had this motivation. And obviously, they were troubled by this. They got a lot of frustration because when your mind tells you no, but you keep pushing with yes, hoping that you will get there, you just need to insist more, but you keep on repeating the same pattern that did not give you the necessary results that you would hope to get, then it's a losing cause, but only for you because your mind is really strong. And as soon as you understand how to make it extremely strong, but in your favor, that is when magic happens. And that is when you get this amazing accomplice with which is your mindset that gets your drive and your motivation so strong that you will not sleep at night thinking of all of the amazing things that you will accomplish. And yes, my client was completely obsessed with getting rid of this laziness. He called it laziness. And I asked them, okay, but what happens in an area of your life when you where you are motivated? The thing is that he wanted to start his own business, but he just couldn't start. Was it fear? Was it something else? Was it a strong set of limiting beliefs? Well, as soon as they told me that, well, if you ask me about other areas of my life, know that I am super strong motivated to watch TV. Well, okay, then it means that you know the strategy of getting your mind, of getting yourself fully motivated. You know, if you have done this motivation in a different area of your life, let's break it down and get this in this business, in your professional life, in your business as well. Was he excited? Actually, what happened was me asking them a few extra questions, like, for example, and I want you to test this as well. So make sure you get a pen and a piece of paper. My first question to them was, what do you feel when you know that you are going to watch TV? Oh boy, did I get a lot of excitement. I got this need for uncertainty, need for certainty as well, variety, entertainment, also growth because you have this strong ability to change programs. Maybe you are now entertained. Maybe in a few seconds you can watch a documentary, or maybe you can get on some finances news and check how your stock is doing. Check the actions that you have invested in. I don't want you now to start watching TV, and I want you to know that I don't have a TV in the place that I have moved in for a month ago. I don't miss it, and I don't think I'll have a TV pretty soon. So, no, no watching TV, no motivating you to watch TV either. However, this person has had a lot of their needs fulfilled by the TV. Now, how do you get this? How do you get this strategy of having a lot of needs satisfied, having no fear at all, taken from the entertainment of TV to the business area, which is unpredictable at times, which may have risks involved, which may be with a lot of scary corners that you have not yet learned about, because business for most of us is a learning process. We learn as we go because we know that if you wait until you start a new activity in your professional life, until you get to know everything, you may need to wait to get to another life. You need a second life until you get everything learned. So it's not the point to learn a lot and to wait for the perfect moment. So, how do you get this strong, empowering, full of pleasure TV strategy to business? Well, with having a very strong drive in business as well. So I began asking my client the second question. Let's suppose that you start your own business and you have already had 1 year in your business, and now you are starting to have strong momentum. You have very fulfilled clients, you give plenty of value. You start feeling that you have found the mission of your life. Describe to me, if you will, how is your life looking right now? And oh my God, oh boy, did my client begin to explain to me in full details for 5 minutes how amazing his life looks, how many people he has helped, how much significance that he did not get from watching TV, because significance is this very spiritual need as it is growth. He did not mention this strong two spiritual human needs, significance and growth, that give you this amazing vibration that you have left your mark in this world. When you get to be significant in the lives of the people that you help, you get to change their entire perspective. You get to help them live a better life. You actually can save someone's life by offering your product with your business to them. This is how strong you can go to find a very deep motivation that gets your product, your own business linked to who you are, to your personality, and to extend this, to extend your uniqueness, your very, very particular side that only you have, to the people that you give value to. And indeed, the benefits are immensely uncommensurable. You get to be extremely you. You get to be your authentic self. And my client kept raging. He became this raving fan of his own future business self. Now, was this easy to do? Maybe, but know that he did need an extra week to make sure that this strategy is put in place, because he would not start to work on his business on the spot, as the TV would maybe call him once in a while. And we needed to find this strategy. Okay, now you get to have your own business, but if you want to watch TV, I want you to also do it from a state of peace, of pleasure as well, because you can have it all. My client, we discovered as we went through this coaching and breakthrough session, had this fear of not being able to also have the entertainment of TV and have time and drive and motivation to build his business, something that he had longed for such a long time. Now, I believe in balance. I believe that you always need to find a clear path in the middle, a balanced lifestyle that allows you to also entertain yourself and then work on your business, your career, your job, your professional life. And I believe that you can have it all. You only need to release this very strong resistance that is a very strong rooted fear. Now, I know that you have been watching my work for a while now, and you know that I also say that fear is beneficial for you. Fear shows you the way. Fear can give you the reason why. And I want you to start using your fear to your advantage and let it guide you. Whenever you want to start something new, I want you to see yourself in the future. See your future self, even if it's maybe in a few days or maybe in a few weeks, if you are bold enough. And I know that you are bold enough, my fearless friend. And check with yourself, how would you be feeling when you know that you have started something that you have been postponing for a while, and write all of the negative things down, anything that you would feel that would stand in your way. Maybe a relationship with a close one. Maybe you get your mind telling you, well, who are you to start talking in public about your product? Or who are you that you give a lot of advice to people that are twice your age? Your mind can start questioning your dreams, your goals a lot. And I want you to be kind to yourself and to understand that this is how your mind works. Again, it only wants to protect you. Its purpose is to make sure that you are alive and kicking, not alive and thriving. I want you to remember this and know that you do your very best in every single moment, because let's face it, if you could do more, you would do more. Now let's see how is this fear structured. It's not a difficult structure, and as soon as you understand how it goes, it's easier for you to know how to control it as well. Now there are three ways to deal with fear. You either learn from your fears and you start to get the lessons by asking yourself, why am I feeling the way that I do? Or even better, this new question that I am using for myself: what can I learn from this fear? What is this fear teaching me? Nothing is by coincidence. Nothing happens without a clear reason. And believe me, your mind is the most amazing, complex computer you can ever find, because I don't know if you knew this, but now you know, you have 55,000 kilometers of neuro linguistic relationships happening between your neurons. This means that all the words that you use, all of the emotions that you have, align in your mind in a very complex structure, creating 55,000 neuro-linguistic links, paths, relationships. Call them as you want to, but know that your mind is fascinating. And why not start to train it so that you can get to unbelievable success? There are many successful people nowadays. You can see them thrive and growing, even if it's COVID, even if it's raining, it's snowing, or it's sunshine. These people have begun to master their fears, to master their mindset in a way that is completely inspiring to me. And I want to share everything that I know with you so that you yourself can start living the best life ever and have an amazing fear free existence. Is it easy to reach a point where you get to be motivated by your fears with this very strong introspection that I was talking about in the earlier example? No, it's not easy. But is it satisfactory? 100%. What's easy? Easy is when you get your practice a few weeks, a few months, and then you get it natural. I want you to know this. Nothing changes overnight, so you need to be patient. Patience is a virtue, and this is something that I have to admit I am not a leader in. I am still dealing with my side of impatience. I'm still learning, I'm still growing. However, I have come to the conclusion that having patience is a skill that you grow in time. In maybe 1 month from now, I could tell you that I have achieved this amazing skill. A few years ago, and even a few months ago, I would believe that you cannot be patient unless this is a family trait. If you're born patient, then you're a lucky person, and if you are not, well, that's life. Was I wrong? I have soon discovered that you can grow any single skill that you want. Anything that you need, it is out there. It's very close for you to reach if you decide to. The secret ingredient is to decide and to believe that you can. Do you need maybe a coach, someone that can guide you along the way, someone that can push you harder than you could ever imagine? Yes, it is important to have someone that you can get accountable to be for you, someone that knows your desires maybe even more than you do, because you sometimes get your focus distracted by other things or other fears, and your coach will know exactly what you need to do, what buttons he or she needs to push for you so that you can be 100% focused on your goals again. Is it easy to get to train your mind even with a coach? No, it's not easy. Luckily, it's not easy, because if it were so easy, then anyone would do it, and there wouldn't be this very strong challenge. There wouldn't be this very strong hunger, as Tony Robbins says it, and I can 100% relate to him, because I'm also a very strong gourmand and also very driven with my goals, ambitions, and dreams. But you need to have this hunger in order to get to have more than what you achieved so far, and to get your patience growing. Now, I want you to know that it's okay to change your mind. I want us to talk a bit in the following minutes about another client of mine from 3 years ago, and this was a particular case that got me wanting to understand human mind, human drive, motivation, and how mind works even more, because they were an extremely successful yet very young person that would start a certain activity They would have really huge drive, the opposite of the other client of mine, the first case that I was telling you about. But they would stop very soon. They wouldn't finish the first activity. They would stop and start something new, something more exciting, something that would make them grow even more according to their way of seeing things back then. And they would be completely miserable because they had so much drive, but it was unfocused. The thing is, after some insightful questions, they had a very strong fear that what if I began this activity with strong drive, but it's not the right one for me? What if I should do something else, something more exciting, something more fulfilling, something that gives me more life juice, something that gets me pumped up even more in the morning? They would be looking for more constant pleasure, but not getting their activity done. The first activity they would start would make them feel like they were chasing 7, 10 rabbits at once. And you know this shiny object syndrome? Yes, I have personally had it also, and that's why it was easy for me to explain to my client the following: allow yourself the luxury of changing your mind. And as I said earlier, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to start something. However, but please give it time. Give an activity at least 6 months. Have your goal working for you, or better yet, get yourself working in your goal for 6 months, not more, not less, and then do a very strong analysis. Ask yourself some insightful questions. What is the result that I have had in 6 months? Am I okay with how my life is looking? Did I want more than I am originally having right now? What can I do better? How can I improve? And as you get your answers to these very strong questions, you will understand if it's time to continue, but maybe with a new strategy, or it's time to say goodbye, thank you, I am now starting something new. Therefore, I want you to know that as long as you have a very strong reason why, as my first client that had this amazing drive when they understood what an impact their future business will have, both in their lives and in the lives of his future clients. And even if you have this motivation that gets you watching TV or entertaining yourself, know that you can achieve the results that you want as long as you ask yourself some questions and you decide that you want to move forward. Again, changing your mind is an amazing point in your life that shows how courageous, how much strength you have to start over fresh. But make sure you give it 6 months, at least 6 months, then do an analysis. My second client would change their mind even sooner than once a month. Well, you cannot do too much in a month. You need some time to make sure that your vision is aligned to your values as well, especially when it comes to your professional life, to your business. Because let's face it, nowadays, maybe even more than in the past, your business, your career, your entire professional life is only an extension of who you are. You need to be fully aligned, you need to be congruent with every single thing and activity that you do in order to reach that amazing success that I know that you want, because otherwise you wouldn't be here watching and listening to me. Now, I know that you will put this advice in practice, and I encourage you to download the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears that you find on my website, roxanapope.com. It is an unbelievable gift from me to you. It's a book that has this wonderful and easy to put in practice. Yes, easy, because I know you also want things to be easy. Easy to put in practice visualizing bag exercise that you can apply right now on the spot. Anywhere you are in this world, use it until you get your mind to think, to act, and to become your strongest ally. You know, when you get this congruency between your heart and your mind, between your spirit and your mindset, between you and your ego, some amazing, fantastic things happen. And let me just say this: you will be living the most fulfilling life that you could ever live, because you need this fear free existence in order to become your very best version of yourself. And know this: as soon as you start working on your fears, get to know which is the strongest of them. As soon as you set a goal, don't go looking for your fears just like that. Link them to something that is stronger, something that motivates you, because only when you have a strong reason why, that is when you will be driven enough to start looking through some dirt that may have been accumulating in your mindset from a lot of maybe false news, from negative people around you, from awful situations that have sucked all of the energy that you have had at a certain point. And I know this hurts. I know it's very painful sometimes, but I can tell you this: as soon as you begin to see the light at the end of your fears, not the tunnel, but the light at the end of your fears, that is when you will feel the wonderful, amazing, fulfilling sensation of contributing, growing, and making a difference in this world. Until next time, my fearless friends, have an amazing week ahead and have a fear free life.